Come on in, my friends. Come on in. I have some beauty for you today. Can only happen at low tide, and it can only happen when the sea is calm, and it only happens really in the summertime. So have a treat for you today. Don't want to spoil where I am, so I'm going to keep the camera off of the actual views. Some of you may know here and already picked it up, because I know we have some very, very traveled people that come to Barbados all the time. Good morning to all of you all. It is a stunning, amazing day in Barbados. This morning got up, wasn't too sure what we're going to do. I know I had to stay relatively close to home. Then I remembered it was a bank holiday, so I was able to come out a little bit further than I had originally planned to do. But I've got some beauty for you guys today. Something that you have not done with me before. Something you may never have done. And something hopefully you will get the opportunity to do, because the peace and the tranquility down here is amazing. I will say though, you've got to come at 6 o'clock in the morning to get this. Well, actually come at 5:30. That's a good time, because that's when I was here. It started to just come up, sun. It was just beautiful. The morning glow was amazing. It was warm, heavenly. Nothing more, nothing less than that, but heavenly. So here we go, just 1 minute. All right, as I said, I don't want to spoil where we are. I haven't seen anybody make any guesses yet, but that's okay, no problem. I see we have all our gunslingers on board, and I see most of the families on board. 40 people are on this morning. Thank you very much. I know it's going to build, but I hope you'll enjoy this. All right, before we go any further, I will turn a little bit. You can now have a little bit of a view, because I want to do our serenity prayer, but I want to be looking at this while we're doing it. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. Good morning to all of you all. I was going to start in the sea this morning, but I want to bring you to the furthest point that I could possibly walk in the direction of going to Bats Rock. You will see that's Bats Rock Beach. I would like to show you there is some beach that built beyond the place that you would normally see. I'm not going to go any further than this right now, because the walk we have planned already is pretty long. But we will do that another time if if a need comes up, or if we desire to do so, we will do that. But in the meantime, let us have a look at what we're seeing right now. I'm going to do a silent 360. Cosmetically, it's just a place behind me in a wall. So actually, I'll probably just do your 270. So let's start with the 270 this morning and work our way up as we progress. Here we go. Good morning to Jeff and Amanda. Welcome to the Rock. I know you're going through your period right now where you can't come out of your accommodation, but don't worry, this is waiting on you. Remember, this is low tide. Low tide today is just after 6, so we actually have the perfect low to do this at. Tomorrow, obviously an hour on, so if you guys are coming to do something like this, remember low tide is just about 7:30 tomorrow approximately. What a beautiful, beautiful day, and what a magnificent place to do this stroll from. Just beautiful West Coast. I hope everyone is doing well today. I hope you're enjoying this here. I hope the peace you're feeling, and the serenity and the warmth and the love that we're sending to you from Barbados. Just beautiful coral formations all here. There's a little small coral section here that surrounds this little cove here in front of this villa. However, it's all rock bottom, so you really can come in here and walk around. I guess you can come and cool down here. If not, you can always walk down the beach a little further. We're on the Beachside of Prospects in St. James. Just to give you the bearings of where we are, we're just north of Bats Rock. We are just on the outside of a surf break that's called, I think it's Ignorance, and that is right here. I have some footage of that we did earlier on in the year, so around January, I think the end of January into February, where they had some north swells. We didn't do too much of it this time, but we'll catch it better next time for sure. Along here, many, many villas, beautiful accommodations. Actually, at most of the year, there's not too much beach here, but around summertime, yes, there is for sure. And this beach continues to come back every year, and it's beautiful. But remember, at high tide, there will be no beach here already. There will be very limited beach. You can see the wash, and you can see the sargassum that went up last night at high tide, showing you that the water is right up to these rocks here at high tide, even now. So this sand will be pretty much underwater, so you will be getting wet if you walk through here. There are some walks you can do along the cliff areas. You can see you can actually walk in the higher elevation, and you can see that people have been doing so. There's a sort of like a foot-worn track on it. Oh man, it's coral. I guess enough people walk across here. You can clearly see there's a track. Lots of rocks in this area as well. So as usual, I'll give you a little warning or notification just to be careful of the rocks when the surf is up, or even when it's a high tide and the water is pulling back in the west coast. You know, it's quite a steep angle here. There is a drop off this morning. It doesn't look significant here, but there are many rocks under what we're seeing right now. So it's not going to be, you really can't go any deeper than the coral reef itself. That's where it is. But just be careful, because these rocks, as you can see, are quite flat. These here float around when there's a shore break going on, or when there's a surge going on. So you do not want to get hit on your ankle by one of these. So please, it is beautiful, but just be wary. There are little hidden things that you need to be cautious with on this coastline. Just a stunning day. Look at the water out here. The glass of it is just incredible. This is even smoother on camera than the other day when we did down by Sandy Lane. This is just splendid. Just a beautiful, beautiful day here in the island. I've been watching this morning, awakened from pitch black through until now. Good news is I have approximately an 8-minute video that I did this morning for you just down by Fitz Village itself, just looking at the sea with the waves lapping in, getting the sound for you. I told you I was going to start doing that. This morning was just perfect for it, so I was able to put the camera very close to the actual shoreline and capture that as well. So we can have something soothing from the west coast for you later. As you know, we did one of Long Beach the other day. It's up on YouTube. And again, this one will be put up on YouTube as well. It won't go on Facebook. So just keep checking the YouTube channel, because, you know, sometimes we put videos up there that or vlogs up there that we don't actually put on Facebook. Because I won't be able to handle all the comments, to be honest with you. There are many, many people that love this island. I mean, adore this island as much as I do. I have to say that, because I know they adore it as much as possible. And that's the same as I am. I adore it as much as possible. So I know that all of you all like to talk about your experiences and stuff, and I just love them. Go up on YouTube, check it out, don't forget that. Lots of stuff up there. Use the map to reference it, surf the channel, have a look around and see what beach you want to see or what area. Just use the name on the map, put any search, and they will all come up one after the other of all the videos we've done in different places and vlogs. As you can see, all here was rock. There's still a lot of high rock sticking up. So at high tide, you would have some challenges. This is why I always recommend beach shoes. You know, and just don't kick your foot when you're walking on the west coast and you're submerged in water a little bit. Just walk gently, you know, because you never know. I mean, remember this coastline doesn't have sand. Like earlier on, we saw no sand here at all. Right here being only rock. So remember that there are going to be little things that are buried under the sand as well. So just be wary. You know, just exercise caution. If you're doing long walks, I would always recommend wearing beach shoes or slippers or something, because you may have to come off your sand on occasions. And again, too, you're going through some areas that have a lot of dead sand and stuff. Good to have something under your feet just in case there's a broken bottle or something from someone before. Just be wary. I'm going to let you listen to this while we walk. Enjoy. We have some neighborhood dogs that were saying good morning to me this morning. They'll probably speak as I'm going by again. They're saying hello to the EMC, so hopefully they will greet you as well. Definitely not the place you want to come and relax and cool out and sit back on, that's for sure. Just be careful of this kind of stuff here on the island as well, especially up in the St. Philip area. Lots and lots of cacti up there. There we go. Did you all hear that? EMC, EMC. See what I told you? There you go. And the other one's joining in harmony. Can't see them, unfortunately, so I can only speak to them. Good morning, guys. See that? All greeting us. Wonderful. Isn't it a beautiful, beautiful day? Look at the glass down here. Now, I am itching to go in the sea because I had planned to go in earlier on. So we might take 2 sea baths today, and that is a serious possibility. So we'll see how that goes. As you can see, there's all coral mass here. There's really nowhere that's sand bottom that you can go in the sea. I guess you can walk over here and then after you get off the shelf, you can step into the sandy area. but there's no beach immediately in this water here. You'd have to walk down into the area that's called Waves, and it used to be called Ziolino. If you remember when that hotel was here, it is now the Waves Resort and Spa, or Waves Hotel and Spa. Once again, you can see the benefits of low tide, the benefits of good conditions. You will see that you would not be able to make this walk comfortably at a mid to high tide, because you would be stepping in all these areas. If you do it, you will most definitely have to have on some good sturdy beach shoes. You know, you've got to be careful, and also you have to be wary that this is very uneven. For example, you may come across a trough such as this and step into it and hit the side of your ankle or something. So just be wary, just be cautious when you're coming on the west coast. Anywhere you're walking, just be cautious. You know, don't look in the sky only and walk. I'm not telling you not to look at the sky, because that's where all the beauty is. But make sure and just look around you as well as you're walking. Just be careful. I know that you can get sort of like hypnotized into trance out here with the beauty that you can anywhere in the island, but just keep your caution up, you know, just for the natural things around you. This rock is not going to move. If you kick this, I guarantee you it's not budging, so you be careful. I am so happy for the low tide, because I'm able to get to areas and take you to areas that you would not normally see, especially now that the sand's starting to come back. It is just gorgeous. Look at the glare and the reflections. Stunning, stunning west coast. The west coast may not actually see the sun rise per se, but the daybreak down here is spectacular. Just beautiful how everything starts to come alive. Especially when the sun starts to penetrate a little bit higher and you're getting these, just the rays coming through certain sections onto the actual coastline. Just beautiful. I'll give you a look back at Waves in a minute when we walk in the other direction, so we can look back at it and get a better view, because right now it's straight up behind us, so we can't see too much from here. Just stunning conditions today. Yeah, that word, I don't mind. I notice a lot of people are beginning to use it as well, which is wonderful. Maybe they're just teasing me, but they're still using it. And pretty soon they're going to find themselves just like me. It's going to stick. Alright, we're going to take a little dip off here, people. This is not the end. This is just a cool down dip for me. Good drop off here. 2.5, 3 feet maybe. Not all sand on the bottom. There is some coral formations on the bottom, but you can see a clear sand path. Let you have a look at the visibility. Just beautiful. So you know I'm not carrying anything with me today. This is bare bones. I don't even have my plastic bag with my cleaning cloth, because that would not be necessary today. Only way that would be necessary is if I go and drop this, and I'm not planning to drop this here. I can assure you of that. Alright, let's go a little way off so we can look back at the hotel and show you it. Again, I'll just remind you, it's in Prospects, and this is in St. James, and this is called the Waves Hotel, or Wave Hotel and Spa. As you can see, there are a few people in the rooms this morning. If anyone is up there watching the EMC, have a look out and wave at us, please. If you're not, at some later date, you would know you had your opportunity to say good morning to us. You'll be able to do that online another time. Lovely view, but again, I'll say there's not much beach here for a lot of the year. Right now it is really good, but again, remember, it's right now low tide. This is absolute low tide. You can look at the sargassum again. That always marks your high water mark, so that'll give you a gauge of how big the beach actually is. A lot of beach down in that section, not a bad section there at all, but directly in front of here would be minimal. Let me let you watch some of this view as I'm going in here, because this water is just gorgeous. Isn't that lovely? Yes, Margaret, you'll get your early morning swim before you go to work. Got you in today for sure. Alright, there's another surf break just on this side of that jetty. It's called the church, or that's what we call it, the church, and that's because there is a church located just inland here. This place gets one of the best rights, especially when the west coast is pumping. This place is just unreal. If you go up again and you look onto my YouTube channels again, we have some footage up there of Mark Holder, who is probably one of the most under-recognized people internationally. He's known by all of the surfers that come here, But he could have gone many, many places, but in those days the support wasn't really there, not for this activity or this sport. Just lovely, lovely, lovely. Mark, if you're on, but man, good morning to you, blood. Good to see you and good to hear you. I will see you soon on the surf, hopefully, because summer is coming and I know I will catch you down Soup Bowl for sure. Look at the glass of this place, people. Look at this. All right, let's give you a minute to reflect and enjoy exactly how beautiful down here is. This is a public access to this beach, just so you would know. It's in Prospects. Parking, there's really no parking except for opposite the hotel. That is really their hotel parking, but you can find some little side roads you can park in. Just remember, when you come to Barbados and you want to go to a beach, please don't inconvenience people that live there. Just make sure you don't park in front of anyone's entrance or the foot areas or foot gates. You know, just be conscious of those around you. You know, don't let your joy be someone's dread. Just make sure that everyone around you is happy and that you're also happy as well. Down here is lined with matchneil trees, as you all would know. I was actually surprised this morning though to see sargassum down here. I guess the light winds and the currents and stuff that we're experiencing right now that this has brought it around. I'm not too sure. This looks fresh, so as you can see the colour of it. And remember about these matchneils, please. There's another sign here. Just put this up. Talking about signs. That's another one as well. We're going to pass a couple of those this morning. I went a little bit stir crazy on the beach because I haven't put up any signage recently. But they are warning you about don't touch the berries or the leaves and don't shelter from rain or the trees, etc. Everything that we basically say, but there are remarks here. But none of these trees are hooped. And that is strange because if they have up signage, I thought they would have had the round hoops, red hoops around them. But I guess you can't do it everywhere, but I'm sure they'll do it at some stage of the game. So long as you know about the matchneil and we explain what it's all about, that is the important part right now. Now with this beach we can go right down to Crystal Cove. I don't know if you'll do it today because of time-wise, but we can go to Crystal Cove this morning. It looks as though we actually could possibly do that. I don't see an issue there right now, so we'll try. So you would have seen the footage that we had done before when we were at Fitz Village. We couldn't get around the point at the north side of the beach. When we were at Crystal Cove, there was no beach coming back to the south of Crystal Cove itself. Well, today that's going to be different. Again, it's because of the low tide. One, that is the most important thing that's contributing to that today, or to this today. And then also the coming back of some sand as well. All right, got to do a little hop up here, folks. So I'm going to keep quiet. I don't hear me huffing and puffing. So I'm going to do this one quietly. So here we go. Do a little switch hand and stuff too. If you get disconnected, don't get panicky. It's going to be right back as soon as possible. Well, that's a good one, Nick. I must say, balanced beam. If the Olympics weren't already happening, I'd be here training now to do some backflips. Sand down here, very different from anywhere else. The West Coast has its own colouring. Just beautiful. It actually looks as though the contrast is wrong on a film. It's not the contrast is wrong. This is the colour of the sand. It's golden. It's beautiful. So all along here in this Fitz Village area, except for a few places, is this reef that runs. Lots of parrotfish on this reef. Lots of good snorkeling. You've been out here a few times with my lady, and we had a good time out here for sure. But these are some of the villas. We went down here before, but I'm still going to show you, for those that didn't see that video that time. These are some lovely villas on this section here. Really beautiful villas. You can always walk 200 yards to get into the water if you want, but to just stay on this section here is magnificent. I mean, listen to the quietness and the peace of down here. I could easily wake up in there one morning. Not that I have to, but I could easily do it. Doesn't take anything from me walking around this beach and seeing this beauty. I can go to a different beach every day. I don't have to stay where I'd be staying. That's what I do anyhow, as you all would know. Beach, location, hike, makes no difference. The beauty of Barbados every morning. That is my daily dose of medication from Barbados. Beautiful. Now this is a beach where Paula would release her hatchlings. Anytime that they're doing a release, they will put up on the Barbados Turtle Project. Please subscribe to them and follow them as well, because that is one passionate lady, and her cause is amazing. So if you have a chance, subscribe to them and follow them. And if you're in Barbados, anytime they're doing a hatchling release, you could always message her and see what time of year it's usually done. Please come and watch it. My angel and myself came and watched one a day here. It was just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. You can see these villas down here. This morning is where this guy is. I was actually doing my sound video for you guys. And he's cleaning up all this beaches here and burying it. So I guess he's employed by the villas that are on this beach line. Now the landmark of the west coast, just like Scotch Soda on the south coast, the landmark Sandy Beach. This big yellow catamaran here is the west coast mark for sure. If you're coming down west coast, anybody tells you at Prospects, the most things they will probably tell you is when you get down the road and you see that big yellow boat, you're at Prospects. Or Fitz Village. And that's the truth. That has been here for years. It has been modified, shifted, everything, but it's just remained here and hasn't been any water. And I talk about years, I talk about years, maybe, I don't know. I would like to make a guesstimate 12, 15 years. Could be a little bit longer. These are some beautiful villas. Now, last time we were down here, you remember this one was getting finished. And it's done and ready for the season. I remember this here very well. It was a little small home that was here before. It used to rent as well, up and downstairs, but look at it now. It's just gorgeous. It looks like about maybe five villas on this section. Either that or it's 3 with it up and down. Not too sure. Morning, Governor. How are you going?
Morning.
Thanks for doing a brilliant job, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Respect, huh?
Okay, cool.
Okay, man. Thanks. Just lovely down here. El Tiempo Restaurant. For those of you that have been there, this is where it was. This is from the beachside if you haven't actually been on the beach and looked at it. And this is one of these spots that majority of the people that come here, cruise liners, will be brought to by the taxi operators when they're taking them around the island. This will be probably your first stop out of the Bridgetown port. This is so you can get a glimpse of Fitz Village. This is very, very popular area for taxis for a stop en route. Directly opposite here is the Jordan Supermarket. So if you're living in this area, fairly large, well-stocked supermarket just over the other side of the road here from the bandstand. And I know we have some people that stay on this place here, which is down in Fitz Village, because we did a celebration for their anniversary. I think that was somewhere back in, I can't remember the date, so forgive me. Sorry. I cannot remember the date. Somewhere around the end of May, though, I think it was, somewhere in that time frame. Unfortunately, you are seeing a little bit of litter around the place, which is disturbing to think that anyone could come here and drop a plastic bag on this and expect that to be okay. But we're seeing that with a few pet bottles and stuff. I know there's NCC in this section, so maybe this will all be cleared up later on. Just beautiful. All right, we're going to do a little extra time, people, because I don't want to break this beach up in two. I'm going to take you virtually as far as I can go this morning, which will be down to Crystal Cove. It's going to carry us into about 35 minutes, but 35 minutes of beauty. I'm going to keep quiet again, let you take in this scenery as we start to approach this point here. Just so you all know, as an FYI, I have not run out of things to say. I could talk continuously from the beginning to the end. But there's no way that I'm going to walk by here without experiencing this piece and also letting you experience it as well. Now remember last time we did down here, 2 months, maybe 2.5 months ago, there was no beach here whatsoever. We could not get around this point. This point was, well, it was a mid-tide too. So being fair, but there was no beach here at all. It stopped right here at this drain area, and there was nothing beyond here. So all this has come back again. But once again, please note the high water mark. Don't think that you're going to come here and find this beach like this every time you come here. It will not be the case. Water will be right up to these walls on most days, and that will be at the high tide, of course. And it is just a beautiful, beautiful low tide at the moment. Once again, fishermen casting nets. You will only find that on the west coast. If you find that on any other coastlines, it would be a very rare situation. But almost every time that we've been on the west coast now, we've seen a fisherman out with his nets. So that is the original way. The west coast is like, although it has some of the most modern, and I will have to say, definitely at market villas on the island, it has its way back in time effect as well. You could come down the beach here, and if you don't look inland, you will feel just how it was 40, 50 years ago. That's how I feel it anyhow. Again, we are being blessed because we're out at 6 o'clock in the morning. I mean, no one really comes and covers this island at this time. It is usually a sunrise, go home, or it's later in the day, because everyone thinks the beauty is later in the day. When the sun comes up, you could see much better. That is not so for me. The reflections that you get in the morning, and the glows, and the warmth, and the tones that you will find in the morning, I cannot find any other time of the day. This is my favorite time of the day, and this is the definitely time that, you know, I mean, look at our name, EMC, for goodness sake. This is the time, we know that, we recognize that. Villas on top of villas, but just beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. You would know, or hopefully you would know, there are many public accesses. We passed by a few of them. Up by the yellow boat, public access there, and parking. You can get the public access before that. We've stopped by just by waves. You also have a lot of public access like through these kind of parks. But again, same situation. There's no parking in these areas. So I would recommend that you park up by the yellow boat, and then you do some walking from there if you want to do this beach for sure. One more time, this is why I keep stressing, low tide please for your beach walks. If you think your walk's going to take 4 hours, start 2 hours before low and end 2 hours after low. That way then you're actually walking through the low tide. Wow, look at this villa. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. First time I'm seeing this villa. It's spectacular. Good morning. Someone enjoying their good morning breakfast and hot coffee on the deck. Look at this. You all want to know why we use the word stunning? Just have a look around when we're panning. You will know for sure. Yeah, this whole west coast is villa after villa after villa. It doesn't look that way when you're driving down. Yes, you see buildings and stuff, but these are all beautiful, beautiful villas. Absolutely stunning. Call it the Platinum Coast for many reasons. I knew it as the Gold Coast when I was coming up, and it sort of graduated to the Platinum Coast, but the Platinum Coast it is. Beautiful area. Once again, we're going around a point here that you would not be able to do at high tide. So again, I keep stressing this because I don't want anyone to look at these videos and be misled that you can come down here at any time of day and find this kind of beach. You have to time it. Anything that you do here called beaches and walking, especially when you're doing long walks, you need to time it. You also need to time the sea conditions. Yesterday we did up at Ragged Point. We went up there, there's a big swell coming through. Let me tell you, you don't want to go on that cliff. It is a horrifying experience. I've been there for a big swell, and you know, although the swell doesn't get up to you, it gives you the feeling that you're not safe. So, you know, just pick your locations and pick your timings. Wow, this one is going to be a long video because we still have a ways to go. But as I said, I'm not going to cut this up. I'm going to give you the full walk from where we can start, which is almost up by Bats Rock, and we're going to end on by Crystal Cove. Crystal Waters, wow, that must be on my mind for some reason. Good morning to my friend Anderson. If you're on this morning, I did listen to you for a song or two on, I think it was Sunday. Thank you very much for that. Again, you're looking again at reef. You see lots of reef in this area. Don't just assume that all over here is great for swimming, because it's really not. There are rocks and reef all along here as well. You have to pick your location, but you can see how deep this drop off is. A little bit murky here, but it's very, very deep. Not too sure why it's murky. Maybe it's because there's a water runoff just inland from here, and I do see some water in it. So I guess it may have had some rain and stuff recently that came down with some residue and thing. Yep, you will remember we did Crystal Cove the other day, and we did look back in this direction, and there was no beach at all. Alright, as we have done Crystal Cove already, we're not going to go any further this morning. It's a nice place. It looks like a beautiful place to take a little dip on our final swim for the day. And I'll be able to give you your scan 360, because I don't think you've had that from water level yet. Maybe you just go a little further on. Now you will remember there was a really popular rum shop that was located here years ago. That burnt down, as you will remember, and they have not reconstructed it. But on the land side here, there's some beautiful, beautiful villas. Again, limited beach, people. High tide will definitely not have this. See all along here, still rock, still an inner reef. As we said before, if there was no sand here earlier on, obviously underneath us there's a lot of reef as well, and it expands fairly far out. So the swimming here, we're gonna go in, maybe a little further on, do a little more walk for you. It's gonna be a long one, as I said before, but I'm gonna keep quiet, enjoy. Someone said, yeah, they can't help myself that when I have an off day, I still go out on the beach and stuff. Well, it's true, I can't help myself. Like right now is a good example. You know, I'm walking, my plan was to stop at the Fitz Village area, but this beach is just too lovely, and as I said, I want to do it all in one. I don't want to be doing it in sections. You know, finding this kind of conditions, yes, the West Coast is usually calm and stuff, but these are ultimate conditions right now this morning. The only reason you're seeing a swell here breaking is because it's low tide. If this were high tide, that would be coming right over the shore break. Now for you that may remember Barbados Beach Village and the Barbados Beach Club, well, you've seen them already further down the coastline. We talked about them before. Crystal Cove, I don't know if you remember the Hippo Disco and the facilities down here originally as well. It was lovely. You used to have a nice jetty that was on top of that first groin there. As you see, the steps that are leading up to it. That has sort of like gone now. I don't know if they're ever going to put that jetty on it again, but it's beautiful. But we have walked for a long way, and you will see the swimming here is very limited. I mean, of course, you can go in the water and float over the rocks if that's what you want to do. But to find actual sand bottom is hard to do in these areas. All right, let's look back at what we saw a few weeks ago, or about maybe a month ago, and show you the difference between then and summertime. Hold your breath, people. Look at that. If you would like a public access that's closer to here, this is one just here on our right, and this comes down, it's just to the south of this hotel. Parking would be up the road opposite the hotel. Now you will go up in there and see a car park, but that is for the hotel and guests only. But you can park in the road. It's a long, long road. Again, just be cautious of where you park. birds are singing a tune for you guys today. If you have to go, please have a look back at this later on if you haven't had your daily fix of medication from Barbados. It's going to be just a little bit longer. We're going to go and do our water-based 360 for you now. I think it's a beautiful spot. There's also a sand-based area here, which should be a lot more comfortable to swim around on. I do have on beach shoes. It wouldn't have been a problem if you know to go in anywhere that we have been. But I just don't really want to float over rocks. I just like to walk in. All right, let's do, first of all, a beachside 360 for you. Yeah, hey, hold on. If I can do a beachside 360 for you, I'm going to give you the entire west coast. I'm not going to give you a sheltered bay. So hang in there, people. We're not finished yet. Morning. It's Emancipation holiday here in Barbados, so I give you all an extra treat today. A few extra minutes. Free of cost. All you have to do is smile. I'll keep the comments positive, please. I'm only kidding. Bring your comments. Just be realistic and be honest. That's fine with me. This hotel is definitely back open again. It wasn't last time we were here, which was like 2 months ago. Alright, this is where we're going to do our silent 360 from. Or I should say the landside silent 360. Let's see if I can make this whole one. Just stunning. This view is a view that caught me and I almost went and spoke to you all in it. Look at that view. Check the reflections, check the glass. Actually, just look at the view, because there are hundreds of viewpoints in it to have a look at. Alright, let's do our wrap up 360 in the water. Spend another time taking another dip. Double treat today, it's bank holiday. Alright, drop off is very, I would say, very steep here again. One more time we have some rock as well in the shore break as well. As you can possibly see, it's a little bit murky in this general area here. There's a lot of sand moving around. So I'll just go over here into the section. It's cone, it's probably the sand-based one. We can go in here actually, right here is perfect. Alright, so let's take our second dip for the day, folks. And if you just joined, our first dip for the day for you. It's beautiful. It's not all sand in here. There is some coral and there are some stones. But I want to get you out enough that you can actually see the sun now because it's coming up beautifully. Morning. Alright folks, I will warn you, when we come around to the sun this morning, it's going to be very, very bright. So put on your sunglasses. That's the time for those. Here we go. This is Barbados as it awakens on the west coast. I hope you all have had a fantastic day. I have had a wonderful walk. It's been a very long one today. I'm not going to say the word bored because you can't get bored looking at this beauty. All you have to do is mute me and put on some background music and you'll be safe to go. But I do have a video I'll be putting up in high resolution that was taken on the shore break this morning up in Fitz Village area. So that'll be go up on YouTube later on today as well. You can enjoy that. And thank you for keeping my company. I really do appreciate you all. You know, a morning without the EMC is a tough morning for me. That's why even when I have my off day, sometimes I'll push myself and go out there and do a video or put up some pictures or something, because a day without my family is not a good day for me. It's not the best day. I like to maximize my day. So you all have a wonderful day today. Be peaceful. You all know that this is a new day, that you've been given another chance to enjoy your lives and to cope with everything that comes your way. Just breathe, take your time, think, walk away if necessary, and then respond. Do not react. Reactions will bring you nothing but unpleasantries. Don't care how right you are or how justified you believe you are to make certain comments and do certain things. Trust me, there's no benefit to it whatsoever. Take your time, be peaceful, be loving, be kind, be considerate, and be understanding. There are people out there that say things and do things that are not in their character whatsoever. It's just the way life is and what life can do to us sometimes. And it will happen to us. I know sometimes I may say something or do something that is out of my character, or of my new character, I should say. But one thing for sure is that I immediately go and rectify and adjust to that, however I have to do it. Have a great day. Love you all. Take care. Stay safe. And if God wills, we'll all gather tomorrow again somewhere on this island. So enjoy y'all's day. See you later.